theme music for the podcast. We don't actually have any theme music, so someone will probably make one up for us. I don't want to name any. Rachel! I hope it's Rachel that does that for the podcast. What are you counting the 10 for? There's numbers on the...
I know, I just felt like participating today.
But I can read 1 to 10. You don't have to finger me in. Anyway.
I enjoy fingering you in.
Welcome back to the tiny room. Welcome back to Michael and Benjamin's podcast. I am, as usual, Michael, and I am with, as always, Benjamin.
Say hello. Yeah.
There you go. Hello, Benjamin.
Hello.
I'm a bit pony today.
Oh. Why?
Ask me, what do you mean by pony?
What do you mean by pony?
I'm a little horse.
Oh.
Because I was at Dublin Comic Con.
Oh.
And I spent the whole weekend screaming.
Screaming?
And now I've lost my voice.
That's fair.
So, it's going to be a no shouting episode today.
No shouting?
I know, it's weird.
Why do I even come here?
Ben.
Yes?
We've had a tweet.
A tweet?
Yes, we've had a tweet from Totally Real Mike.
Oh, excellent, he's back.
He's from Saskatchewan.
Yeah, it's a province in Canada.
Yes, it is. How would you go about spelling that?
Oh, sorry, there's a problem with the mic there. I just spelled Saskatchewan perfectly, and what was that? I'll do it again, just for posterity, because in case there was a problem with the word. So it's S. Oh no. Oh, look, it's gone again.
The best thing that could possibly happen there is people were fooled by your bit and they stopped listening. And they went, the audio quality in this podcast is awful. I'm not going to listen anymore. Anyway, Totally Real Mike has said, hey, hosers, what do you guys think about the Defenders, eh?
That's a perfectly valid question. Totally Real Mike.
Yeah.
It's odd how well timed his questions are, because it's often in our minds.
Well, yeah.
And then Totally Real Mike is he's obviously on the same wavelength over there in Saskatchewan.
I think it's the zeitgeist.
Yeah, and it just crystallizes everything we need into a thing. So Mick.
Yes, Benjamin?
What even is the Defenders, Mick?
That's a very good question. What do you mean? The comic book Defenders?
Well, let's start. Are they comic book characters?
Of course. Well...
Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. were comic book characters?
No, they weren't.
Oh, you see?
Oh, you've led me up.
A merry dance.
Checking your hand there?
Yes. So, to be clear,
right.
I have imaginary ringworm. Because Mick has a new cat.
Yay!
And he let me play with the cat, who is freaking adorable in every way.
Yes.
And didn't tell me that the cat has a slight case of ringworm. So I washed my hands, but now I have imaginary ringworm.
Look at it, a bit itchy there, Ben.
And I keep scratching myself because it's everywhere.
So good.
It's in my soul.
Speaking of things which are imaginary, comic book characters.
Fair enough.
Nice segue. What a segue. Keep that segue image on file for all the videos. So, here's the thing, right? Do you want to know about the comic book characters who are in the TV show The Defenders, or do you want to know about the comic book The Defenders?
Because they're different.
Because they're very different.
They're very different. Well, why don't you start with who the Defenders should be?
Well...
okay. Who they originally were.
There we go.
Let's drop them.
Right. So, okay, a gentleman who used the name Roy Thomas, which was probably his real name. I've written down here that he created the Defenders in 1791. But that's almost certainly wrong.
That's almost, I would say, definitely wrong.
So I probably meant 1970. Stop checking your hands. You don't have ringworm.
It's in my mind.
It's so distracting.
No.
So
I'll sit in my hands.
In 1971, Roy Thomas made a new team. But it was a team... Name some Marvel characters for me who aren't X-Men.
Who aren't part of a team?
No, just name some Marvel characters who aren't X-Men.
Iron Man.
Right.
Captain America.
Right, keep going.
The Thing.
Right.
The Hulk.
Okay.
The
that's a group.
The Black Widow.
Okay, so basically they took all of the characters who weren't Avengers. They were still powerful,
okay,
and reasonably popular. B-listers.
Classic.
B to C listers.
Oh, going right down the alphabet.
Yeah. So they took these kind of characters who weren't Avengers and they put them together.
Because you need a B-list.
Yeah, but that wasn't the idea. The idea was that they weren't a team. They were a team, which is kind of makes sense with the new show. It makes sense. They're not really a team.
They aren't by any stretch of the imagination.
In one storyline, for example, they were kind of cursed by magic.
Oh.
That in times of great need they would be forced to come together.
Oh.
Even though they didn't really care for each other that much.
It's rather unusual as a punishment, isn't it?
Yeah, you have to come together and
it's
defend.
like community service.
Right, exactly. So you had Hulk, who you know.
He likes to smash.
Yes.
Not Jersey Shore style.
I don't. Oh, that's gross.
That's why he doesn't do it.
There's a whole thing actually about why Hulk in comics is never allowed to have a girlfriend, but that's another episode.
Oh man!
Some critic wrote a scathing criticism of She-Hulk a couple of years ago, saying it wasn't even a critic. It was someone who works in comics and should have known better. But it was along the lines of, it's ridiculous that she was just created to make a girlfriend for the Hulk. It's his cousin, you weirdo.
You bloody...
What is this, Game of Thrones?
Yeah, bloody tosspot. Got him good. You had Doctor Strange. Oh!
Who's going to be an Avenger now.
Benedict Cumberbuns.
I don't know if you're sincerely owing or if you're doing a bit.
No, I didn't know that he
was you didn't know?
Defenders. No.
Oh, that's nice. This is great then. No. Doctor Strange, who as you know is quite powerful.
The Sorcerer Supreme.
Sorcerer Supreme of the Marvel Universe. So Doctor Strange, Hulk, Namor.
Say no more.
Exactly.
Namor. Don't know if you saw that film. Anyway.
Namor,
I think is the
Submariner. You know him? He's always almost basically naked and he has stupid little wings on his feet.
Pointy ears. Pointy eyebrows.
Yeah, like Spock, but if Spock lived underwater and was created
purely to tempt Sue Richards away from her elongated husband.
Namor is pretty old though. Namor is World War One.
He was a champion of justice along with Captain America because what's the team that they were on? The original Human Torch, Namor,
the Invaders,
Captain America. That's the Invaders. The Invaders
and Silver Surfer.
Oh wait, so there was. Sorry, this is a kind of odd segue, but Jeff Loeb did a huge run on the Hulk.
I hate Jeff Loeb.
I know you hate Jeff Loeb, but just let me get through it.
Is that the same Jeff Loeb who's the head of Marvel Television?
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Jeff Loeb
who signs off on the Defenders.
And who is thrusting bloody Inhumans upon us.
Yeah. Some men.
Apparently, it's real bad.
I'd say it is. Apparently, they've shortened the IMAX run.
I know.
Did you see that? They were like, oh, we've misstepped again.
Apparently, it's awful. And even the director who they've hired he's a Frenchman who's kind of known as doing cheap television that doesn't look too cheap.
What?
I know.
What? Who gets jobs based
Jeff
on that
Loeb.
reputation?
Oh, yeah. Well, lots of people.
But still.
Matthew Vaughn.
Oh?
Doesn't he?
You're not wrong, but
No, I don't think that's controversial.
It's alright, Matthew, you don't have to sponsor the podcast. What do you use some of that Vaughn money? He's got stacks of it.
What are we talking about?
He has a McDonald's sponsorship deal.
Does he?
Yeah. Puts it in all his movies.
McDonald's?
Yeah, Kingsman. Remember your man he's a billionaire and he has McDonald's instead.
Was that a sponsorship thing?
Of course it was.
Was that blatant product placement?
Blatant.
Oh.
There's nothing clever about that bit.
No, it's not really clever at all.
It wasn't very funny.
No.
It's just there.
It's a good movie though.
It's a good movie. But I see what you mean about cheap and easy.
Yeah. Like that's kind of why Matthew Vaughn got the X-Men revival.
Oh yeah,
because it was kind of low budget.
Yeah,
low budget.
They'd already spent all their budget on everything else.
Yeah, low budget, nice and quick, and it was a massive hit.
Get her done.
But anyway, that hasn't happened with Inhumans. It apparently is a pile of excrement.
Oops.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to berating it.
Yeah, we might get an episode out of
it. God bless Marvel for the one odd choice they make every 10 years as part of the Covenant.
Well,
as part of the Covenant.
It's Jeff Loeb. I'm 100% sure it's Jeff Loeb. How have we ended up here?
Yeah, so he did a run on the Hulk a couple of years ago where you had the Red Hulk.
Yeah.
Hulk. He introduced Red Hulk.
Of course
which
he did.
Which is a total Jeff Loeb move.
Of course it is.
And he introduced that, and there's a whole thing where the Silver Surfer, Doctor Strange, and the Submariner are on the Hulk's team, but they never directly say
The Defenders.
And it's obviously a throwback to when they were
The Defenders.
Okay.
So they were the original Defenders,
Okay.
and they were cursed to come together to...
By who?
I can't remember.
Is it the Collector?
No, some wizard.
Some lad.
Let's call him Morgar.
Johnny 2-1s.
That's a guess. Johnny 2... No, it's definitely... It's more likely to be Morgar than Johnny 2-1s.
Johnny 2-1s is actually a porn star in the Harry Potter universe. With all that connotates.
What is... Oh, because the wands are penises.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Makes killing too.
He kills the people in the porn films.
The whole thing.
Some weird snuff shit you're into.
It's wizards.
Where are we? How is this
Sorry, back to Defenders.
Defenders.
What even is Defenders?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
So, they're kind of the no team. They don't like each other. They don't want to be together.
Just like nope.
Yeah, and they get forced together. But big, like, heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, Hulk, Namor, and Silver Surfer. It's a
no joke.
It's a weird team where Namor is probably the weakest.
Which is
Like
Namor's quite a heavy hitter though.
Yeah.
He's like in the Marvel.
He's one of the big guns. Anyway, then over time, as these things happen, members come and go, and they ended up with kind of a B team.
Okay.
But the B team were much more stable than the A team.
Oh.
So you got Valkyrie, who's
Thor
going to be
fame,
in
who's
Thor
going to be in
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
But in this, she's a blonde lady.
Lady.
Nighthawk, who looks kind of like Marvel's Batman with shoulder
Is that
pads.
the Squadron Supreme Night Hawk?
Kind of, but he's the one from the original universe.
Okay, there was one in the original universe. I didn't
Yeah,
notice.
and he has
Fucking
his shoulder pads.
Fucking Mark Miller.
Hellcat,
I know Hellcat.
Patsy Walker,
Yeah,
from the Defenders TV show.
What?
Yeah, Jessica's friend.
I never even put that together.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because did they call her Patsy in the show? I don't
No,
think
she's
so.
because she's on the radio show.
Trish.
She's
But she's Trish on the show.
Oh my
She's
god.
Trish Walker. I've written some completely undecipherable. It looks like the word gay, but I definitely didn't write the word gay. Gay? I don't know who that is.
Jerry.
Jerry, yes. Valkyrie, Nighthawk, Hellcat, and Jerry. Who doesn't have any powers. So,
Jerry's there as cannon fodder.
yeah, so it's a popular enough comic.
Okay.
Like, never.
Is it still going?
It comes and goes.
Oh, okay.
It came back recently with a new lineup. Hulk, She-Hulk, Iron Fist.
Oh.
Actually, Hulk was the bad guy. Iron Fist, She-Hulk, Nighthawk, I think. Ant-Man was there for a while. Black Cat.
Which Ant-Man?
Scott Lang,
Scott Lang Ant-Man.
I think.
And Thief.
And they fought interdimensional threats. They tend to fight big, existential, weird things in the Defenders.
Oh, it's like a Jack Kirby era kind of...
Yeah, they fight the kind of thing that at the end of it you have to imagine that it has never happened, basically.
It's not canon.
Yeah. So there's always some
I hate those teams.
There's always some sort of twist.
I fucking hate those teams.
Like, don't worry, guys.
They did save like existence as we know it, but nope.
Yeah, we've reset the universe. Everything's fine. They're that type of
I hate that crap
group. But I mean, in a way, you kind of have to do that when you're dealing with such a massive, sprawling universe.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Look, I liked them. I liked the Defenders, but they were never big. The team was never particularly notable, except for the big four who aren't always in it.
Yeah.
It kind of...
Did Hercules slot into the Defenders at one point?
No.
There's another...
Champions.
They're the champions. Yeah, that's the one with Black Widow and Ghost Rider, isn't it?
And Arcane, an angel from X-Men.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Look, there's lots of teams, and the Defenders are one of the teams.
And you're a fan of the Defenders?
No, well, no. Because how could you be a fan of the Defenders when it's different every time anyway, and different artists and different writers? I just happen to like a couple of the runs.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? There was
I was about to say your criticism is of comics in general. How could I possibly like that?
Yeah,
it's
but
different
that's kind of the point. There are a couple of good runs of it.
in everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
and there's also some
really weird
shocking
stuff.
Jeff
Like
Loeb
for example, Jeff
runs.
Loeb.
Loeb. Well, that's very loud on it.
Yeah, what? Don't say his name again. He might appear. Write us an awful TV script.
that we'll have to put on.
Oh, bloody Jeff Loeb. So, the Defenders TV show obviously is nothing to do with that.
Obviously.
Because
it's a completely different lineup of heroes.
Yeah.
Which I think works much better.
And a completely different premise.
Sounds like it works much better.
Sounds like it.
But
does it?
So, is anyone watching the New Defenders? The New Defenders are made up of Daredevil.
Yeah.
Daredevil. Jessica Jones.
How do French people say it? I've had conversations with French people about this character and not known for 2 or 3 minutes who they were talking about.
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
Daredevil. Daredevil.
Daredevil.
The man with the arms. Daredevil.
Daredevil.
I love you.
Let's stop doing this now.
Yeah, fair enough. Sorry to any French listeners.
Yeah.
Daredevil. Jessica Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
Luke Cage.
That's him.
And Danny Rand, or the Immortal Iron Fist.
The other one.
The other lad.
Yeah. What a dope.
What a fucking dope.
Right. So before we get into talking about the whole thing, let's talk about the individual shows. Would you consider yourself a Marvel Netflix fan person?
I am a Marvel Netflix fan, but not of all of them. I think well, I'm not. I've expressed this before on the podcast. I do not think this is revelatory in any way.
Oh, this is exciting.
I really like the run. I like how thematically strong each one is, how they stick to certain colour palettes and things like that. Mm-hmm. For those of you that don't know or are blind,
oh God,
Daredevil, hey, Daredevil joke. But
what a segue.
Daredevil is red colour palette. Always there are red lights wherever Daredevil is around.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones is purple.
Blue.
Purple or blue, but generally she seems to err on the side of purple bluish hue. I think it's blue after her original series because she gets over the trauma. So in her initial series, she's dealing with some trauma associated with the color purple.
Post-traumatic stress as well.
Yes, and then once she conquers that particular thing, look, statute of limitations is out in the spoilers. I don't really care. She manages to overcome her villain who was associated with the color purple. Yeah, she breaks his neck. Ooh, controversially, he's been spotted on the set of season 2.
Yeah.
So they're trying to figure out what he's doing.
Probably just like
I think it's flashbacks.
I would say he appears to her. She still has flashes of
Yeah,
him.
I'd say so. But there is a theory because in the comic books he is a healer. He regenerates.
Does he?
He does. He's been taken out by a train and he's had a snap neck before and come back.
Oh no.
So I think they might.
Won't.
Or there's a theory running around that the Hand might find extra resources they didn't know about. Yeah, to take down Jessica Jones.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeff Loeb.
So, Luke Cage is yellow and Danny Rand is green.
I didn't see a lot of green in
It's because they dropped the theme with him, which is another reason that his one is the weakest of the run.
If I had to pick a colour for him, I would have said, not thematically. If I think back on the show, it seems white. It seems very crisp and clean.
Why would that be your primary colour for him?
No, I'm not defending it. Defending.
Zing!
Yeah.
So that's it. And then each show has this amazing extra layer added to it in that we've discussed this before, I think. Me
and you.
You and I.
On the podcast.
Yeah. I think we may have mentioned it way back in podcast number 1.
No.
Because we were talking about how Netflix would pick up our Moon Knight.
Still haven't.
Not
a peep.
Come on, lads. We know you want it. Don't play hard to get.
There has to be, though. Someone's
pitched it.
Yeah, someone has. It has
and you need to keep that for his theme. You need white for him. We need white for Defender Season 2.
Yeah, silvery white.
Silvery white. It's white.
Anyway, go on.
And each one has is like a little homage to a type of film that's made in New York. So Daredevil is the classic vigilante film. Jessica Jones, Charles Bronson, Death Wish, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Jessica Jones is a classic noir kind of thing.
Detective show.
Yeah, detective show. Luke Cage is blaxploitation films through and through, sometimes too much, and then Iron Fist is the kung fu movie that was made famous by
and just kind of bland things. It's a homage to things which are bland, like
beige,
like plain potatoes,
like Danny Rand
or a blancmange. which is a food.
Not the weakest of the lot. In case you don't know, Iron Fist is not our favourite. So yeah, I actually quite like them, but if I had to rank them, it's Daredevil Season 1 right up. Actually,
we're ranking straight away.
I think... No, just before we go into Defenders, I think Jessica Jones might be the best one.
You know what?
I think Jessica Jones is the best.
You know what? I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Because I was rolling my eye brain back over them, and yeah, I think it might be.
I think Jessica Jones is the best of all four.
Because my friend had a baby the day Daredevil came out.
Yeah.
And my friend had a baby. The same friend also had a baby the other day when Defenders came out, coincidentally.
So you were suffering from the elation of baby born?
No, but it means that I remember the days very clearly. And I marathoned, which has now become a verb. I marathoned. That's hard to say. I watched all of Daredevil in one go. And it wasn't a great idea watching all in one go.
I wouldn't.
Like, I remember really liking Daredevil, but I think it might have been a novelty
of finally having a gritty vigilante.
Yeah, well, because we had the DC shows, Arrow and whatnot.
But they're not great.
They're all right,
but
they're just very different. The novelty of having like a not necessarily a high budget, but a well produced TV show about Daredevil.
Yeah, was very high.
It was exciting.
I think it was good. I think it's definitely the second best. I think season 2 again kind of goes a little bit further down.
Right.
That was a declining whistle.
Is that what that was? But it had Elektra in it.
But Elektra was awesome. See, but when it comes to Elektra, I don't really see things clearly. I'll be perfectly honest.
Are we going to your personal fetishes again?
I just really like it. I just really like that actress. I think she's very attractive, and she's got an upper class British accent.
Kind of.
She kind of decides. Yeah, it's a little inconsistent, but yeah, that kind of.
And she says, Matthew.
Matthew.
Hello, Matthew.
Yeah, so it's.
She is in The Hitman's Bodyguard, which I saw at the weekend.
I have to see that one. So
it's very good.
I have to see that one. So
if you enjoy the concept of the plot being completely ridiculous, but having Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson swear at each other,
that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
I would pay to see that anytime.
Yeah, hold on, let me summarise it. I haven't written this down. This isn't a bit,
but off the cuff.
Yeah, this is off the cuff. If you like the idea of watching Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds shouting and insulting each other, shouting at and insulting each other with lots of swearing and nonsensical plot, and don't mind it being slightly too long, it's the film for you. Stick that on your pull quote. Bloody who's distributing that? Sony, probably.
I bet they won't.
Just the poster dominated by that rambling nonsense I just produced.
A podcast that no one's ever heard of.
4.5 stars.
4.5 stars. That's high praise. So it's better than Saban's Power Rangers.
Out of 7.
Oh, yeah.
So it's fine. It's better. It's better than Saban's
old fox.
It's better than Saban's Power Rangers. We are rambling like nobody's business.
Yeah, sorry. Back to the Defenders. Yeah, so that's the way I look at them. For me, it's very much Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones wins.
Jessica Jones is great.
It's great.
You know what I said to my significant other when I was watching Defenders the other day? I know we're jumping ahead here, but I said Jessica Jones is the best character in this.
And spoiler, she's still the best character in the Defenders. Like, but like she's just much better than the rest of them. Anyway, sorry, we're jumping ahead.
Yeah, we're jumping ahead. Stop jumping ahead.
We're jumping ahead. After that, for me, it's Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Daredevil Season 2, Luke Cage, and Iron.
Did you ever finish Iron Fist?
I went back and I got up to like the 9th ep. I just didn't like it. I just don't like it. It's
not great, is it?
It's very discombobulating.
I don't really know what that means.
It's all over the shop. It's just the hand stops being cool.
Yeah, they ruined the hand.
Like the hand was a big, sinister, dark
with ninjas who were probably dead.
Nobu.
And who could mask their heartbeat from Daredevil.
Which is why he was so important.
Yeah, and then Bakudo shows up, who's a curly-haired prick from South America, and brings disgruntled teenagers. Why is Nobu's hand army highly trained, semi-mystical ninja assassins, and Bakudo's hand army is disgruntled teens. And yet we are to believe they're equally dangerous.
Was it an homage to the Foot Clan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, who were all
would
made
be
up of teenagers?
That would be a circular homage, because the Foot Clan is based on the hand. Is a parody of the hand. There's actually a scene. I don't know if you would have seen that. Have you seen the bit where they escape into the sewer in the Defenders? That might be episode 5.
Nope, I haven't seen it. Yeah, it's episode 5. I've only seen up to episode 4. Curses. Well, now I know they escape into the sewers.
I didn't even say who.
Okay.
Who? Who escapes into the sewers?
Okay. I'm judging from the fact that Danny Rand spends half the first episode running around in the sewer. It's probably him. Likes it down there. Tosser. That's where he belongs.
Yes, but they ruined the hand completely in
didn't like
Iron
it.
Fist.
And they shouldn't have. They made it really hokey. They made all the Asian stuff a little bit racist. It was all kind of ancient, mystical mumbo-jumbo stuff. Mm-hmm. And they didn't handle it very well. And it wasn't very tastefully done. And I didn't like it.
No, it wasn't great.
They didn't even... no subtlety.
One of the biggest criticisms of Iron Fist is that Danny Rand is terribly unlikable.
He's so unlikable.
He's really annoying.
He's just a big child. Like.
Yeah, he's annoying, he's naive. It's handled very well in Defenders, though.
Yeah, because they fucking tuned him out a bit.
But
and they balanced him with...
Here's the thing, though, right? Here's the thing, Ben. Listen to me for a second. Here's the thing about that. They couldn't... That script was written before people had seen Iron Fist.
So is there a director somewhere who saw the
I don't think so. I think they might have known that Danny Rand was annoying. I watched some interviews today.
Did you see the one with the panel?
Which one with the panel?
There's a great panel, the SDCC panel.
No, I didn't see it.
And they're talking, and they make an announcement after they've done all the intros. And now we can tell you that Iron Fist Season 2 has been greenlit. Uh-huh. And the guy who plays Luke Cage just goes, "Really?" It's absolutely brilliant. He's like, "Oh, congratulations, man!" And it's like, and the guy who plays Danny Rand is like, yeah, and it's just like, and you can just see your man's face being like,
"Oh no, not ideal." There's a great interview where they're asked, each of the actors is asked, like, who would win in the fight between the Defenders.
I saw this in the thumbnail. I didn't watch it.
And Kristen Ritter, who plays Jessica Jones, and Mike Coulter, who plays Luke Cage, are discussing who would win the fight, and they're kind of trying to decide between them, and then she suggests Iron Fist might be powerful, and the two of them actually laugh at Iron Fist. In real life, they're like, he has to recharge it every hour, he has no hope, and they have a honest to God belly laughs about how ridiculous Iron Fist is, and that's the actors.
It's a fair point.
So yeah,
it's a fair point.
It was always going to be a tricky one. He punched a dragon to death. Like, it was.
Does he beat it to death? Or does he not just best it? Oh no, he grabs its heart or something, doesn't he?
Plunges his hand into it. He plunges his fist.
And then the molten core of the dragon
imbues him with the iron.
Charges
fist.
The chi.
Yeah.
God, he's like a shitty Samsung phone.
I don't get that joke.
They explode when you charge them.
It's not great.
It wasn't great.
That's not great. We'll edit that out.
Kind of like the show. So
anyway, let's talk about the show.
Defenders.
Yes.
So episode 1.
Well, I watched the first 4 episodes, so I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like, I found it.
It's not a bad show.
It was interesting the way they balanced the magic with the more physical characters.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't really like the 4 kid characters. Like, it didn't make a lot of sense. Well, I know that they were the junior versions of the 4 main Defenders.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
But, like, I just don't get it. Like, I've no interest in seeing Flash Gordon's son. I've no interest in seeing Mandrake the Magician's son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could you care less?
I've done a bit, Ben!
Yeah, I figured. I was like, where are you going with this? What is happening?
I was pretending that I had accidentally watched the first 4 episodes of the 1990s.
Good, because no one could see my face, but I was slowly being like, maybe I missed something. Like, Mick does pay an awful lot more attention to this stuff than I do.
But did you like how...
And then I was trying to save my ego and trying to save a lot of stuff, and I was like, I just won't say anything. All will be revealed.
Did you like how I said things that could have applied to Defenders?
Flash,
Gordon's alive.
Gordon's alive.
Did you watch the TV show Defenders of the Earth when you were a child?
No, I did not.
Defenders of the Earth, out of the sky, his rockets in flight.
Sing the theme tune to something I have not seen will not help juggle.
Flash Gordon, the Phantom, the Ghost Who Walks.
The Ghost Who Walks, Billy Zane.
Yeah. So Flash Gordon, the Phantom, Mandrake the Magician, another guy, and their 4 kids team up to defend.
Mandrake the Magician?
He's a magician.
Like I got that.
He's one of the pulp heroes from the 20s.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. It's not a great cartoon.
I wouldn't say so.
No, it's not great.
Phantom wasn't a great film.
Well, I think the cartoon predates the movie.
Oh, it probably definitely does.
I think it might.
That was very 90s. Billy Zane.
Listen to your pal Billy Zane. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
He'll help you out. What were you saying? Oh yeah, no.
Wow.
I took it.
You're friends with Billy Zane.
It's very good.
Wow. Brutal.
I like when there's a new impression that I haven't heard before. That amuses me.
Love it.
No, okay. So you've seen the first 4 episodes.
I have seen the first 4 episodes. I quite like, but oddly enough, they do balance the magic moments.
I know, it's great, wasn't it?
The real moments. I kind of like the pairing as it works. Like there's, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones are very much the cynical, heavily New York.
Yeah.
This is all bullshit. It's just another crime gang kind of thing. Iron Fist remains eternally fucking annoying, but he is a lot better written in this than he is in the Oak. I have a couple of things that are annoying me.
Oh, we're doing things that are...
No. I'll keep going with what I like about it. Sorry, just keep that going.
Are we doing positive or negatives first?
We'll do positives first.
Okay.
Oh, well, I don't know. What do you want to do?
No, do positives first.
Okay, so the positive things that I like. Anything to do with Daredevil's weird anxiety attacks, which I really enjoy, where he panics and wants to beat the crap out of people. I quite like those. They make me very happy. Anything to do with Jessica Jones, I'm 100% on board with. I like that her buddy is no longer a junkie. He's now like the office assistant. That's nice.
That was in the show, wasn't it?
It was. Karen Page has made her comeback in a role that suits her far better. The action is very nicely done in certain scenes. Sometimes there's a lot of jump cuts. Really enjoyed the interaction between Luke Cage and Danny Rand.
Yeah.
Like how that's being set up. They balance each other quite nicely. Apart from the strange flirty scene. Where Danny Rand gives him the last dumpling and then sits there and giggles as he eats it. Did you find that
flirty?
I found that very flirty. That was very he does this little thing where he fiddles with his mouth. He's like, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? What is going on?
I did not know.
And Luke Cage sits there like a big grumpy kind of good. It's just like, what?
I watched the scene in the Chinese restaurant. I was so hungry after it.
I know, it was a good scene.
I wish that we had Chinese restaurants like that here.
We don't.
I know, they just don't exist.
We don't. We have buffets, but it's not the same.
No, I would really love that type of... If anyone knows a kind of American Chinese restaurant...
Where they just bring piles of stuff out after you pay 6 months of rent.
And I think he paid for all the food as well.
Yeah, he had to buy 4 of everything. 4 of everything, I think, was a joke.
So, alright, here's what I liked.
Okay.
Yeah. Jessica Jones is great.
Yes, she's the best thing about
it. Daredevil is great. Charlie Cox is amazing.
He's great.
Charlie Cox has serious arms.
He does, doesn't he?
He's serious.
You see the suit sometimes. Yeah. I was just thinking about that the other day. I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Because I looked at Iron Fist. Yeah. And Iron Fist is the most lackluster expert in martial arts ever. He's very slim.
We'll get Coach... You don't have... Well, he can be slim. That's fine.
He can be because it's martial art. I get it. I'm just saying, the other guys put a lot of effort into being physically imposing.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. He's not supposed to.
He's a dark horse. He's a dark horse.
I mean, his choreography's not great. We'll get Coach Clive back.
I think we should. I think we could do a whole Netflix verse thing on that because you get some interesting stuff.
Because the choreography comes and goes, but Daredevil is seriously ripped. He's much more ripped than he was in his own shows.
Oh yeah, I think
he's been lifting.
He's been lifting hard.
They're great. They're both good.
They're awesome.
Luke Cage's thing is good. I'm not utterly convinced that Mike Coulter is a great actor.
He's not. He's crap.
I think he just is a bit Luke Cage-ishy.
He believes that he is the man that he's playing. It's bizarre.
I think that's what it is.
He's a man of conviction.
Yeah.
He's not a good actor.
No, there's a couple of
moments.
moments.
No offense to that show. but I swear to God, if I have to watch another scene with Luke Christ in it, I'm going to have a fit. Jesus Cage. He's just such a poorly written character.
You think so?
Oh, I think he's terribly written.
Why?
Well, we'll get to it in a second. Keep telling me what you like.
Okay, other positive things. At first, I liked how we could tell immediately from the cuts which character we were going to.
I didn't like that. See, that upset me.
You see, at first I liked it.
That was very jarring for me.
I liked it at first. I liked it in episode 1. In a sense, I didn't really think of episode 1 as a real episode.
It's not. It's definitely like the intro episode of the rest of the series.
Yeah.
It doesn't have continuity at all.
It should have been released on the internet for free.
That would have been great.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I have Netflix anyway, and
we all pay for Netflix. I actually pay for Netflix. I have Netflix.
Yeah,
I started doing it since they started releasing all the stuff we have to review for this fucking show. This thing costs me so much fucking money every month. That was
throw us some money, Netflix.
You don't need it.
So yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
At first, it did get a bit jarring after that, but I thought it was good for the first episode. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, but it could never survive that way.
I liked a lot of the fight scenes. I really enjoyed.
Some of them are great.
I like
boardroom fight scenes.
The boardroom fight scenes very good, although it does suffer a little bit from. And now he's here. Weird timing, like Luke Cage that was happening to come in the door.
I didn't understand that because they made no logical jump for that for Luke Cage.
Was a little bit peculiar.
All of a sudden, he just turned up, and I was like,
because we were waiting.
He's the one character who didn't get his breadcrumb.
Yeah,
I don't know whether they had that in another scene, cut it for time.
I think they said he followed him, wasn't it?
Is that what
I don't remember?
Well, sounds like bullshit to me.
But even in that fight scene, there are a couple. It's a bit weird. There's a couple of Danny Rand or Finn Jones does this weird little side to side shuffle when he's
shimmy.
Yeah, he does this little shimmy when he's not when he doesn't have choreography. Yeah. So when he's waiting his turn, he does a little shuffle, and I mean it's not greatly choreographed. It's fun because it's fun to see the four of them together.
Good to see that dynamic work out.
Yeah, Jessica and Luke are not dynamic fighters, especially Jessica. She just kind of grabs people and pushes them against walls. But
that's very in her character.
Yeah.
Like, she's not a fighter. And you see it a couple of times. She gets outmaneuvered like a bunch of times this time. And she has to just kind of...
She gets kicked about.
Work her way through it. Her strength level is so undetermined.
Well, they all are.
It's very flexible, isn't it? Like for both her and... it's very flexible. The bit that I really love is where Stick is just like... Or no, like Danny Rand is like, why is this guy here? And Stick just like straight up calls him that he's one of the most naturally gifted fighters I've ever seen in my life. You dumbass cheap person. Like, this guy can actually fight. I love that. I was like, you're the Iron Fist, but he can fight. Because he does much better against Elektra than Danny Rand does.
But then Danny Rand comes in with the Iron Fist and smashes her sword up.
But that's not fighting.
It's the Iron Fist.
That's the Iron Fist. It's not the same thing. Being gifted by getting away with it, like by being chosen, is not the same. He doesn't last half as long against her in the first episode in the sewer as Matt Murdock does in the copy room with her. That's not a sex reference, by the way.
It's a bit of a sex reference. How long would you last with her in the copy room?
I guess
seconds.
She'd only have to ask and I'd be done. Like
seconds.
Follow me to the copy room. No.
Your kung fu is notably weak.
I've got no chi.
So come here.
After 5 minutes for her.
Let's talk about I like Elektra.
Elektra's great.
Yeah, and
her character's gotten real.
And I think the baddies, were more threatening. But then we'll talk about that. Well, we won't.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
my own spoiler territory.
Yeah, well, I'll spoil it in a broad
You can spoil it a little bit. Yeah, you can if you want. Look, we're on it. It's a Defenders review episode.
As it turns out, they don't really have a reason to want to destroy New York.
Ah, fuck.
I know. As it turns out,
that hurts.
Yeah, as it turns out, destroying New York is an accidental byproduct of what they actually wanted to do.
Ah, fuck.
Right, but. In the first couple of episodes, they're like, we're going to destroy New York.
Well, it's because she turns around to Elektra at one point and says, it's only a city, you'll get used to watching them fall.
Yeah, right? But it would be like if I said, I'm going to break these eggs. And then I give you an omelette and say,
make a cake.
Also, I made a cake. You know what I mean? You're focusing on the wrong thing, Band. Also, the black sky... What's the point of that?
I don't get that at all.
It's ridiculous.
It's just to have Elektra back.
Yeah. And like,
but I don't get why they had to embody her with some old ancient evil force, because Elektra has been brought back in the comics before as that exact.
Yeah, but the whole thing is, we're bringing back the Black Sky. Here comes the Black Sky, and the Black Sky turns out to be a woman who's slightly better than normal people at fighting.
But supposed to be unbelievably good.
Well, like she's slightly better than Daredevil.
Only slightly.
Yeah,
like he holds out pretty well.
Slightly better than Iron Fist. She's certainly no match for the four of them together.
No.
None.
Especially when Jessica Jones is driving a car.
Yeah, that's a great scene.
That's a great scene.
And I like that Jessica dislikes her a lot, possibly because they're both women.
Yeah, I think there's an element to that. Like, I think there's a serious element to that.
Like, she seems to have come back with a modicum of super strength, because she can throw Luke fields her hits.
Yeah.
And you remember that until Danny Iron Fisted him, he just ignored him.
Johnny Cheehan,
which is a really great scene where Danny hit him and Luke's like, stop it.
He kicks that one back.
She has
he pimp slaps him, doesn't he?
Yeah. And then he hits him with the Iron Fist.
Yeah.
She has a modicum of super strength.
She's very fast.
She's fast.
I think
she's got super strength. But she's no Captain America.
No.
Like,
this is the thing. Like, the Avengers never pop up, even though, like, Hell's Kitchen has been told, like, come on. You suspend your disbelief.
I don't think you do. I think they work pretty hard to explain why the other characters don't show up. That this is all underground. It's being buried. There's no reason for them to know. Like, if it was a major earthquake, you would expect Tony Stark to show. At least Tony Stark. Like, he showed up to save that ferry in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So
but it was a major earthquake. Yeah, it's split.
It's 4.5 on the Richter scale.
Yeah, but it split giant paths.
But only in Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, nobody cares about Hell's Kitchen.
Nobody cares about Hell's Kitchen, first of all, since the incident. But also, even if he did get there, by the time he got there, it would have been over. Okay. Like, it literally lasted seconds.
That's true.
So, and then there was no lasting damage from it.
And we need to show the hero of Harlem saving people again. Yeah.
And he just happened to be standing under the lamppost that fell. Anyway. Good. Yeah. Other bad thing. The whole thing, the quality of it, it's a parabola. Or a parabola. Which part are you talking about? The show.
Oh, okay.
Episode 1, fine, not great. Episode 2, better.
Yeah, hitting a stride.
Episode 3, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a pretty good episode.
Episode 4, great. It is. Episode 5, great. Episode 6, great. Episode 7, look, it's fine. Episode 8, it's
penultimate.
Yes. So it goes up. A parabola goes up and straight down.
I thought you were saying it's a parable. I was like, for what?
No, I would have pronounced it properly.
For what?
It's a parabola.
We mispronounce sometimes for fun.
It's a parabola.
It's a parabola.
So it goes up.
That's what you've got drawn.
I've drawn a parabola here for you. That's actually not a parabola.
Oh shit!
Because parabolas don't flatten at the end like that. That's a bell curve. Here, I'll draw a proper parabola.
Can I see a parabola? Just give us 2 seconds. Oh, there's no flat line.
No, that's it.
Parabola ahoy.
Episode 1, Episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Quality. That's it. I've summarised it.
Okay, fair enough.
We've nailed it. Some other trivial things. Colleen Wing.
I did.
Right. Probably the best thing in Iron Fist.
And she's sidelined to fuck in this.
Well, she's sidelined as well, but she's also slightly annoying in this.
Yeah.
I think she's slightly annoying because in Iron Fist she was good.
She's the best thing about it.
Because she's the most rounded character in Iron Fist.
She's well
written.
But then
when you put her in with Karen Page and Claire and Misty Knight and Trish and all of those better
Misty Knight is a very poorly written character.
You think?
Yeah.
But she's from the streets. That's why she's a poorly written character. Do you not like people from the streets?
No, I'm a committed racist, as you know, Michael. No, so moving on to what I didn't like, because I've been holding this inside. First of all, Luke Cage, go fuck yourself.
Oh God,
he's such a terrible part. He might annoy me even more than the immortal Iron Fist.
Does he annoy you more than this sound?
In the definitive. No. But no, he's just do you remember Man of Steel?
No. Of course I remember Man of Steel.
Thinly veiled Jesus.
It wasn't thinly veiled.
Same thing. Exact
How
same
is he
thing.
Jesus?
Because if I get one more fucking preachy thing where, Luke, you need to be an example of the people of Harlem. You're not just a physical hero. And then he goes around dispensing wisdom to young black men.
Yeah.
What? Come on.
Like Jesus famously did?
No, but this whole, like, guide the people, don't influence... Like, fucking... Jesus, it was just really, really bad where he feels that he has to go and, like, talk to this young guy. Like, Misty brings him down to the arson site of the car, and she's like... And he's like, so do you want me to use, like, my invulnerability and super strength to track someone? And say, no, I want you to talk to people. You're an example. And it's just like... Really?
But he is an example.
He is, but like, is that really what you're going to do with that character? And then he gets really into the role. He goes and visits mothers to, like, that weird scene where they talk about Jesus together. He goes, I believe in the power of prayer. My father taught me that. Yeah. And it's like...
Was that do you think that was a joining thing with Daredevil? Was that going to be something they hadn't commented?
Daredevil's is Catholic guilt, and it's very critical of the faith. It shows the really, really bad side of being a Catholic. It's oddly preachy when it comes from Luke Cage. And I get, again, series is not written for me. I have no frame of reference for any of the culture that comes out of Harlem.
Was his father a preacher?
His father's a preacher.
Oh, Samuel L. Jackson's father's a preacher in the Hitman's Bodyguard.
There you go. See, it's just a common... See, it must be a common thing in narratives. I don't know why. I'm not even going to even try and figure that one out. But his father's a preacher. And his father was doing the runaround, and that's how he has a half-brother. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
His father was doing the...
Was he a preacher?
He was a preacher. He had his own church.
Yeah,
it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing.
Diamondback.
But I've never heard fucking Diamondback.
What a stupid outfit.
Oh, good God. What happened at the end of that series? Can't believe they killed Cottonmouth. Like, best thing about that series. Hands down. That's not a major spoiler.
I'm not. I'm just...
Is it not Cottonmouth?
No, it is Cottonmouth.
Okay. I thought he was the best.
I'm just saying they like that twist.
Yeah, they love that. The midway death. It's like, we've invested a lot of time and effort in this character. Boom, he's dead. They do it also with Iron Fist's family friend, father, like, figure.
Harold Meacham.
Yeah.
But then he comes back.
He comes back at the end. Cottonmouth doesn't come back.
Do you think they'll do it again in Defenders?
They're going to do it all the time. They're just going to keep doing it. They found something that works. It's parabola.
You know? No, it's not. You know what really annoyed me?
What?
Sorry, have I?
No. I just to wrap it up. That weird scene with the mother and the thing where they talk about the power of prayer, and she speaks about him as if he's some kind of god.
I didn't.
He does that false humility crap all the time. He's like, "Oh, I'm not doing anything important," and it's just like, you're just so full of shit.
You see, you give me a lot of credit for paying attention to things and noticing things. I probably wasn't. I was probably thinking who would win the fight between Luke Cage and Drax.
That's the way. I think that's the way you're supposed to watch those things. So I completely understand. See, again, Drax, indeterminate durability. He gets smashed around in Guardians 2 through trees and stuff like dragged by a spaceship through outer space and smashed around trees. And he gets up like it's laughing. Also, Gamora's strength is all over the place. Gamora's strength, sometimes she can lift a turret onto her shoulder and let that thing off, no problem. Other times she just gets batted around. She can't climb a wall to do shit. It's weird. It's real weird. Real sloppy. Also, if Drax is that durable, how strong is Ronan? Because he knocks him about. Yeah. Well, they only stopped him with the Infinity Gem, didn't they? Yeah, that's the only way they could stop him. Because he's got Big Daddy Thanos powers going. He's got Ronan. No, Ronan hates Thanos. No, but he's gifted by Thanos. Like they had an agreement, no? No. Thanos. He's going to get Thanos the Infinity Gem, and then Thanos will use the Infinity Gem to destroy Nova Prime. Oh, I thought he was gifted. No. By Thanos. No powers. Oh, he's just about Thor level. It's because he has an Infinity Stone and a hammer, isn't it? Like that's. But he's pretty tough anyway. He's Kree. Yeah, he's a Kree super soldier. What are we talking about? Sorry, Defenders. Look, just don't like that whole heavy Jesus angle. Oh yeah, no, hold on. No, we're fine. Don't worry. Drax or Luke Cage, who'd win? Drax. You think? I would say his blades can cut him or something like that. I'd say because Luke Cage has unbreakable skin. Oh, did you like when Elektra was hitting him with the swords and the sparks were flying off his arms? That was kind of cool. That was kind of cool. But just didn't like that much at all. Also, every once in a while, Charlie Cox goes into a weird Woody Allen impression. Does he? When he's talking about what you lose. You get involved with these people and you lose people you love, and that's just how it goes. And I was like, what?
Was that Woody Allen or Charlie Cox there?
He's really insecure at points in that film. It's really strange.
Yeah, but he lost Elektra.
Also,
his friends don't talk to him anymore.
You know what I miss most about Daredevil?
Karen Page.
They got rid of the world on fire thing. They stripped it back
I like
to
that.
hearing.
I like that.
I like the world on fire.
No, I prefer.
I thought that was a great visual.
I actually said to my significant other while watching The Defenders, what I really like about this version of Daredevil is they haven't basically, because Ben Affleck Daredevil or comic book Daredevil, right?
Latex.
Yeah. No, it was leather.
Pleather.
No, it was actual leather. Don't say pleather again. I can see it pressing your lips.
Latex leather.
He was better than sighted.
Yeah, but that's what he is in the comics.
But he's not. He's still blind.
Oh, come on, how's that now?
Like, he does have a disability. He can't see. I like how they handle Daredevil's powers in this. I think it's great. And I like that
I do like that they got rid of the weird reading thing. I remember reading the Frank Miller run a couple of years ago, and he can read newspapers because he can feel the indentation of the ink with his super touch.
Perfect sense.
Like, yeah, but even then I was just like, that's a bit much.
It doesn't make sense now because
things are quite flat.
Things aren't pressed anymore.
But in the 70s, I'm sure that would make sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
But yeah. No, I like the world on fire. I like that whole angle on it, and they got rid of it, and it lost all its sense. Because I like the way he could actually take on the hand, because he can actually use vibration to... it doesn't matter. Anyway, they got rid of it.
Here's what I don't like.
Go ahead.
Did you see the trailer? The last trailer that was released? You kicked the table. I did. Did you see the last trailer that was released? Where it showed clips from each of their individual shows.
No,
and
I
Stan
didn't watch
Lee was
it.
in a
I
taxi.
stopped watching them. Oh, I saw that. Oh,
right?
Stan Lee thing.
And then at the end, it shot up. Boom! Defenders. Well, actually,
oh, it was the
I thought
Nirvana.
that it was sad that song wasn't in it. I didn't like the theme or the opening titles. They were a bit generic.
Very I was just thinking that. They did such a good job with Daredevil. Daredevil has a really striking, memorable opening sequence, the weird blood statue thing.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Jessica Jones has the noir silhouettes through windows.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good. Luke Cage,
Don't remember.
very yellow, very
Lots of yellow stuff.
very gangster.
Iron Fist had the ink blot fighting thing.
Yeah, the mild
But I didn't-
racist Japanese thing.
I didn't like the title sequence. Anyway, at the end of that trailer, she's a woman, and then it cuts to the Punisher, and he loads a rifle and says, "Look like I got here just in time." And to me, that very clearly implied Punisher was going to be in Defenders. It's not. He's not in it. So
fuck.
there you go. First of all, he's not in it.
It's shit. I really, really like him. I went back and watched the scenes because they come up on YouTube sometimes when I'm flicking around.
I'm the Punisher.
I really like those scenes. Like,
I'm the Punisher.
He's a great Frank Castle.
Yeah, he's really
and I
good.
was like, how do you play someone with that much intensity? You just play him pig ignorant, where he can't actually focus on anything else.
No, because he's a Punisher.
But he's incapable. Like he does mental really well. Like he's clearly incapable of focusing on any other possible thing. It is an absolute compulsion.
Yeah.
And he plays it really well.
It's great.
Like he can't even, like even his commanding officer who tries to do the honourable thing, he can't even fall in line with that.
No,
It's awesome.
He's the Punisher.
I did think, just to wrap this up, because we are running out of time. Unless you don't want to wrap up.
No, we'll wrap up.
No.
Well, let's wrap up a little bit.
Punisher trailer, did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a man hitting the ground with a hammer.
Very generic.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fan film that cobbled together the scene from John Wick. Where he opens up the basement.
Where he gets the
I was
basement.
like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's very generic.
It's very generic.
That teaser that I was just complaining about was a teaser for that trailer.
Yeah.
Not a teaser for the Punisher's appearance
Just
in the show.
ridiculous.
Daredevil Season 3 coming as well.
Is that coming?
Yeah. Announced last year, apparently, but people kind of forgot.
Didn't notice that at all.
Yeah.
Charlie Cox, though, like, apart from the Woody Allen impression, solid. Love Charlie.
Yeah, great.
They need him so much.
Yeah. Jessica Jones Season 2 coming, Iron Fist Season 2 coming, unfortunately.
Do we have any friction between Jessica Jones and Luke Cage? Saw a little bit of friction.
Well, I'm not going to spoil
the 4
that.
episodes I've seen. Well, I don't know if are they going to go solid canon?
I think they're going to end up together.
Are they going to go canon?
I think.
Yeah.
What
happens to poor old Claire?
Claire.
Do you think Claire becomes a supervillain?
No.
Are you sure?
I reckon she dies.
Oh, that'd be good.
She's Agent Coulson. Maybe she'll die and come back on an ABC show.
Coulson. Yeah, she might.
I thought she was going to die.
I think she might become a villain, because remember your man in Luke Cage is all about how naturally talented she is at figuring this stuff out and how she's kind of an expert.
She actually gets a lot of compliments from the other characters in this, that you're the one who's here
She
for
always
saving
gets
all
that.
the people.
Oh, Rosario.
Yeah.
I like Rosario Dawson though.
She's
So,
getting on a bit though.
whatever Rosario wants to do, I don't mind from that point of view. Whatever. It's cool. Anyway, Defenders, yay or nay?
Yeah, it's good.
Definitely. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a parabola of goodness.
But it's good.
Yeah. Week opening, week ending.
It's better than Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
With tight 8, which helps.
We do like 8.
I would say it's the bastard love child of Daredevil Season 2 and Iron Fist that also has Jessica Jones and Luke Cage in it.
See, there's a lot of tones competing.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of tones competing. And every time, that's actually where they've come in kind of flawed after the first one. Because remember I said the distinct colours for each character.
Mm-hmm.
They actually colour grade every scene to each character in the colour that belongs to them.
Yeah,
so
no.
all Jessica does, like, that's fine. But again, really jarring experience, and they haven't stopped doing it yet.
They also play hip hop music every time Luke Cage appears.
Which is just very racist.
They do lay off that a little bit.
Thank God.
Okay, we wrap it up.
Yay!
That's the end.
Finish the podcast.
Finish the podcast. Bye, everybody. Like,
share and subscribe. Oh, tell us who your favourite Defender is, actually.
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones for us, but do disagree.
Oh, I thought you were asking me.